tonight on Denver7 News at 6.
They're teaching a worldview as fact.
Critical race theory isn't taught in Colorado's public schools. So why won't critics stop talking about it?
And it becomes reality because it's something that is being spoken about in very kind of end-of-the-world terms.
An Idaho Springs police officer is charged with assault.
The Front Range tries to stay cool in sweltering heat.
And once charged for having weed, he now intends to deliver it with Denver's blessing.
I'm also excited to have the opportunity to show other people that, adversity actually can lead to opportunity.
Not a single public elementary, middle, or high school in all of Colorado teaches critical race theory. And yet it seems to be the only thing some parents want to talk about.
And tonight, a Southern Colorado school district will take a step toward banning it. In Douglas County, parents are angry because they think the district's new equity policy is too close to CRT.
And it's not hard to see how we got here. High-profile conservatives have put a lot of effort into convincing people the left is trying to brainwash their kids.
Colorado Congressman Doug Lamborn called it an anti-American ideology rooted in Marxism. Former Vice President Mike Pence said this last month.
Critical race theory teaches children as young as kindergarten to be ashamed of their skin color. It represents a full-throated assault aimed at the heart of the American experiment. And it's nothing short of state-sponsored and state-sanctioned racism.
Now, this isn't just some political stunt. Oklahoma is so afraid of critical race theory, they not only banned CRT, but to an extent, critical thinking.
As the Washington Post reports, the Tulsa massacre will now be taught as something that was simply awful in the moment, rather than an event that reverberated through the generations.
So tonight we are going to attempt to explain critical race theory, and to be sure, this will be the Cliff Notes version. It is too complex to break down in a few minutes, but we will do our best.
We'll do our best. And here with a continuation of our in-depth coverage is Denver7's Megan Lopez.
Critical race theory has quickly become a controversial talking point across the country, pitting the left against the right. Proponents say it's about taking a closer look at the country and how we got here. Critics worry it could send kids the wrong message. But first things first, what is critical race theory?
Critical race theory is the name given to an approach to studying race and racial power in America.
It does take a race perspective with the intention of sort of uncovering the places where we're missing that connection.
But a focus of critical race theory are all those forms of racial power that remained even after the whites-only signs came down.
Gary Peller
I became part of this effort in the early 1990s.
Is a Georgetown law professor who says the current approach of colorblindness is an inadequate way of achieving racial justice.
We have to start telling the truth about American history, not gloss it up with the fantasy about what America might have been, an idealistic cartoon.
Others don't believe critical race theory has a place in school curriculum.
We just feel very strongly that public education should be a very strong focus on the basics of reading, writing, arithmetic.
William Connor from No Left Turn in Education says it's not about denying that racism exists.
There is a lot of politics that seem to be getting injected into schools.
They're teaching a worldview as fact.
Parent Rachel Kofel says she's noticed it's being taught in her son's school without being called CRT, like an assignment to read the book So You Want to Talk About Race.
I just felt like, there needs to be more room for balance in the classroom.
And she believes CRT causes students to overly focus on race as an identity.
We do believe there are pro-social ways to do diversity and inclusion.
Critical race theory is not being formally taught in Colorado K-12 schools.
It seems like the topic kind of came out of nowhere.
But it has become a major talking point. CSU political science professor Dominic Stetsula has been following the trend.
It peaked in the last week of June with almost 1,500 stories just that week alone.
Much of the coverage is coming from right-leaning media, and
it's definitely become a catch-all phrase for a lot of different kind of racially based grievances.
But it is spurring action. District 49 near Colorado Springs is discussing a resolution to ban it. It's becoming more political by the day, and both sides say they feel misunderstood. Megan Lopez, Denver7.
Critical thinking about our nation's past is nothing new, and neither is disagreeing over it.
As this Kentucky professor explains, arguing over history is ancient history.
This has been around as long as there's been people, you know. So no, it's not a new phenomenon at all. It's nothing that we have not been already wrestling with. It has evolved slowly, and that it suddenly becomes a crisis. I don't see the crisis. I don't see any problem with it. Certainly among the upper level high school students, I would say, not a problem at all. And many of them come into my class and they know this. They've been taught it. They're not fanatics. They're not racist. They're not haters of the system. Nobody hates America because of this.
If you believe critical race theory puts too much on young students, your concerns certainly are valid. If you worry about how instructors will apply the teaching, we get it. And if you're still confused, we really get it. There are a number of well-researched articles out there, including one right now on the Denver7.com, as well as books that come highly recommended like Critical Race Theory and Introduction. Don't have a New York Times subscription? Well, maybe I suggest downloading the 1619 podcast for free.
And really, there's only so much ground we can cover in one evening. So if there is something you'd like us to talk about in the future, or something you particularly agree or disagreed with, let us know. Our email is 360@thedenverchannel.com.
Well, the Weld County Sheriff's Office arrested its own jailer today on suspicion he was having sex with an inmate. Jason Hillier has been on administrative leave since late June, was placed on unpaid leave today. Hillier's been with that department since 2018.
An Idaho Springs police officer has been charged with third-degree assault after tasing a man who was in his 70s. Prosecutors say Officer Nicholas Hanning got into a fight with the man because he had allegedly assaulted a woman and was holding a, quote, sword-like weapon. Body camera footage exists but has not been released. The Idaho Springs Police Department expects to announce whether Hanning will keep his badge or be fired in about a week.
Governor Polis has rescinded his emergency powers and ended all disaster declarations related to the pandemic. The governor says the state now is primarily focused on Colorado's recovery.
The husband of a Colorado woman missing in the Surfside condo collapse says he has accepted his wife is gone. Cassie Stratton and her husband Mike spent much of that pandemic in the Florida condo. Mike was in Washington, D.C. when the building crumbled. Cassie Stratton was a mother, an actress, a model, wife, and friend, and our thoughts are with her family tonight.
Purdue Pharma and its founders, the Sackler family, will pay Colorado at least $50 million for its role in the opioid epidemic. Purdue Pharma is responsible for flooding the market with the OxyContin, despite having ample evidence it was highly addictive. Colorado Attorney General Phil Weiser says individual victims will also receive compensation.
West Nile virus has been detected in mosquitoes in Weld County, and it won't be long until it's passed on to people. The state health department says 35 people contracted West Nile last year. One person died. Most people infected with West Nile, do not show symptoms.
A husband and wife duo hope to become the first in Denver to legally deliver marijuana. And Denver7's Gary Brode sat down with them today.
Not a cloud of smoke, instead a cloud of judgment has hovered over Ari Cohen for nearly 3 decades.
That arrest has kind of stayed with me throughout my life.
In his 20s, Cohen was arrested on a felony marijuana charge.
Some other jobs that I've had, I've always had to kind of explain myself and what's happened to me, and it's kind of always stuck with me.
He's now a father, business owner, and along with his wife Karina, the first to apply for a marijuana delivery license in Denver.
We're just thrilled to be able to pave the way.
Because of Cohen's prior marijuana arrest, the couple actually met one of the social equity program's 3 requirements.
That's something that he did, 30 years ago, right? Till this day is negatively impacting him. So finally, this is the first opportunity where he's able to see something positive.
More than $2 billion in sales across Colorado in 2020. More than $700 million in sales in Denver alone, an all-time record in 2020. But who's benefiting?
Eric Escudero with the City and County of Denver says they've opened the market up to those eligible in this program in hopes of evening the playing field, which is predominantly run by white business owners.
There's been plenty of time for those who are connected, who have the money, who have the resources necessary to get marijuana licenses. Now delivery is a real opportunity.
June 23rd was the first day to apply. Karina Cohen says cutting through the red tape was not easy.
Part of the application, you have to be connected to a dispensary to be able to deliver, and one of our partners is Strawberry Fields.
Now the Cohens wait for final approval as the city expects a lot more applications to continue rolling in.
It's really an honor for us to be able to part of this bigger purpose, right, than just us.
Escudero anticipates the first weed delivery in Denver around early fall. In Denver, Gary Brode, Denver7.
Coming up, a Boulder restaurant thought it could expand its operations. Then the neighbors came knocking.
It's incredibly disappointing, and it's disappointing on a number of levels.
Triple-digit heat again today here across the Front Range. I'll let you know if we'll hit it again tomorrow.
And step right up, Play Ballpark opens tomorrow to kids and the kids in all of it.